Hi, I'm Christina. We're here at the Raw Living Expo 2014. I'm here with Nathan Crane. He just got finished with his incredible talk. Nathan, can you please tell us about the topic of your talk?
Yes, I spoke about advancing consciously in the courageous direction of your dreams, which really is about finding that part of yourself, that calling in yourself, to guide yourself down your path of your most fulfilling life, your most happy life, your life that's really in alignment with who you are and what you're here to do in the world, and experience health, vitality, happiness, relationships, fulfillment at just a much higher level. So it was fun.
Yeah, I really feel like that's what a lot of us are seeking. And when I meet you, I feel that alignment, to tell you the truth. And I am really inspired by that topic and all these different books that you're working on in these different schools and ways that you're helping expand your vision, helping yourself reach that through helping others, and also helping others reach that alignment and that ability to go in the courageous direction of their dreams. Because a lot of us are wondering, how do we create the life of our dreams? And one of the ways we can help ourselves feel better is through nutrition.
Yes.
But there's also understanding the reality of how we get our thoughts to become manifested. How do we do that? And how do we follow our heart's desires and trust the truth of what we desire to do?
Well, that's really that's an in-depth workshop, really, to really get into the details of that. But what I've learned through my own experience is that it's not always easy, but it's not too difficult either. When you're struggling, when you have challenges, when you're feeling depressed or anxious, or you have some kind of addiction, maybe you're experiencing emotional addiction to drama, or emotional eating addictions to food, or anything that is pulling you away from really feeling that vitality, from really feeling happy. Because maybe we're not all going to be happy all the time, but at least we can be content. At least we can have peace in our hearts. And that's what I found. I've gone through massive transformations in my life, from, addiction, homelessness, living on the streets, really just being lost in life and feeling like I have no meaning or purpose, to within just a few short years, and now 9 years later since that first transformation, to experiencing life at such a high level. I do feel peace in my heart. And I do feel that my fellow humanity, my brothers and sisters from all over the world, have that capacity, have that possibility, have that right, and that we're each designed with that possibility to truly experience peace, contentment, happiness, health. I just think that we've gotten lost along the ways. Our education systems may not really be as beneficial as we think they are, and we're at kind of a tipping point or a turning point in the world where the education is shifting, where the understanding of ourselves is going to another level, where the ancient teachings of our ancestors are now being pulled forward to couple and connect and support the scientific findings that the leading edge scientists are finding, that the heart really does have an impact in our lives, not just for pushing blood out to the rest of our body, but to actually pushing vibrations out to the people around us.
That is really incredible. I'm really moved by your transformation, and I know there are so many people who desire for that truth and that experience of like living life to the fullest, but they might be held back. So it's really inspirational to hear that you were able to release some of these things and that you're a stand for that and teaching that. And I truly agree that helping the youth and the education systems, especially because we understand, because we went through that, but then now like you're able to give, like, because you've grown through so much. And I just think that's so incredible.
Well, what I've found is that the more you give, the more you share, the more you give of yourself to others, of your experiences, of your generosity, not only the better do you make the other person feel, not only the better do you help change their life and the people around you, and the people that ripple out beyond that, but that your life changes, that more comes to you, that you are given the opportunity to grow. So that service, that being in service to others, that being in service to the planet, that being in service in any way that you possibly can will, in turn, if you're doing it from the heart, not out of guilt. See, sometimes we want to do things because we feel guilty, and so we're applying a negative vibration, which is going to attract more things that are going to cause us to be guilty. So we have to be careful that, yes, we want to give, but to give, we must first become okay with ourselves. We must first understand who we are and become truly good with ourselves. And when we are in that alignment, when we're balanced in our mind and our body and our health and our soul and our well-being, then what we give is so much more exponential, because we're giving without attachments. We're giving just for the sake of giving. When we do meditations and prayers, when we, offer something to somebody, that giving I'm speaking of is the giving without concern of what the other person does with it or if they will ever give it back to you. And that creates liberation. That creates a sense of freedom in our lives.
I think that's really beautiful, and I get this sense of peace from you, and I get this centeredness and this feeling of being in your heart as well as being connected to your mind. And it's so true. I've heard that the vibration of our heart is the strongest vibration, that if we resonate the feeling of gratitude coming from our heart, it's actually stronger than a thought. So it's like when we believe in something, to believe it with our heart, not our mind, but our heart. And I'm just truly moved by I love how you're talking about vibration and how you're aware of that and how you're aware of your effect on the planet, and that truly being good with yourself is the key to transformation. Being okay with ourselves and choosing to fill ourselves with love has led to being able to give to others, and led to being happy, and led to really truly developing a new, a transformed person that you truly like. And your life is just at a place where you're just kind of living your dream, right?
Yeah, well, and we just have to remember that it's okay to let go. It's okay to be silly sometimes. It's okay to go out on the dance floor and just groove in front of people. You don't care what they think of you. It's okay to just release what, our expectations are of what society is thinking of us. Because we feel they have expectations for us, but the reality is we're creating that expectation for ourselves. So, it's like when you have an opportunity to dress up or dress down or dress creative or just go out and just be yourself and have fun, that is one of the fastest ways to growing yourself spiritually, consciously, mentally, and in every way that you can, because you just have to shed old belief systems and dissolve thinking patterns, and it happens that quick. It really does. And here at the Expo, we got awesome dancing and music and, people that are here just grooving and DJ, and a lot of people just go away and go out and go to a workshop or something, which is fine, because sometimes we feel fear of what others think of us. But if we just let that go, not worry about judgments and other people judging who we are, what's funny is you begin to start a movement. You begin to attract other people like yourself that are being themselves, and that genuinity, that sincerity, that authenticity starts to come out. And I think that's what it takes to change the world. That's what I see at the Raw Living Expo, is a lot of people who are genuine, a lot of people who are here to share what they're here to share with others. A lot of people are here to learn and transform themselves, and that requires courage. And that's what my talk was about, because following your dreams requires courage. Because society tells us, your dreams only have this limit. And if you go beyond that limit, it's not possible. Well, what I found out is that everything in the universe is possible, and you're a living example of that. I'm a living example of that. You're a living example of that. Everything is truly possible. Everything that you do in your life is possible. Everything that you could ever imagine is possible. Just a few decades ago, they said, there's no way we're going to be on the moon. Okay, we've been on the moon. They said, there's no way we're going to have 8 billion people. Okay, we have 8 billion people. There's no way. So there's no way that we can change the global warming. Well, look, we're making shifts right here. with hundreds, thousands of people that are here.
We're creating that community.
We're
and
creating that
expanding
community
that.
right now, right here, and the shifts are already happening right before our eyes.
That's wonderful to be a part of this expo, and thank you so much, Nathan, for this interview. It was wonderful to hear about the transformation on all levels, and I look forward to speaking to you more. Yeah, so thank you.
Thank you.